Police and the U.S. Marshals Service say Justin Johnson, the man you see here, is wanted for the murder of rapper Young Dolph, and they need your help to find him.
The rapper, whose real name was Adolph Thornton Jr., was murdered in front of a cookie shop on Airways in November. Now, police have been combing through clues for weeks and believe that Johnson is the shooter. There is a $15,000 reward for information leading to his arrest. Johnson, we're told, is 23 years old. And officials say he's about 5 foot 8 inches tall and weighs a little under 200 pounds. He has the name Jaya tattooed on his right arm. He is considered armed and dangerous.
If you spot him, call authorities.
They got him. They got him. This Justin Johnson, that's the dude, Justin Johnson. It's one of the dudes. So this Justin Johnson guy is actually supposed to be one of the dudes in the white bands. The Justin Johnson dude is the dude with the hat on. The dude with the Bass Pro Shop hat. That's this dude. So they still got to find the other person in the white bands. They said that dude, he gone now. They laid him in the ground already. Then it leaves the other people they need to find is going to be the dudes that got in that Tahoe or that expedition that they be saying. And it's a video that came out where that one girl in the Infinity, she driving off, and you could see the dudes in the expedition parked on the side of the Family Dollar, and they start ducking all of a sudden. And somebody saying that that gray truck, it's a gray truck with somebody in it, and they're actually telling the witness lady, the one that's missing now, they telling her to go in to the Family Dollar, like to turn on there, because she already recorded, apparently, by the time she gets in the Family Dollar. And somebody had pointed out that it's a truck that was right in front of her who was leaving the Family Dollar, and they was waving their arm out the window telling her to pull into the Family Dollar so that, you know, she could start the video after the suspects already left. But damn, they got Justin Johnson, man. They looking for Justin Johnson. We don't know how they found out this dude. If they can't figure it out from the camera, then they must actually had somebody come up and tell. Somebody told and said it was this dude. Now, it must have been somebody who was trying to clear their own name up, you know? Like JoJo Splat and them and CEO Bobby, like, They over here trying to clear their name. So, you know, somebody must have heard who done did it and gave an anonymous tip on this Justin Johnson dude. Because it's not like they caught the Justin Johnson guy. That's not what they're saying. They didn't catch the guy. They're just saying that this is who it could be, and they still need to find him. So if they got a suspect and they didn't catch him and they can't see it on camera because he masked up, then it means somebody told. So come on, use your common sense. Somebody must have said something, because the photos they gave us, you couldn't tell who the hell that shit was other than the Bass Pro Shop hat. So somebody gave this guy up. They looking for him now. And it's U.S. Marshals. That means it's the same thing with TK. If this dude go in any state, anywhere in the country, they can bring him back because it's U.S. Marshals on this case now. And when U.S. Marshals come on a case, that's a Fed case. Just let you know. So that's how, remember I already told y'all that the Feds is stepping in. They don't send U.S. Marshals unless it's a Fed case. And you don't want it to get to that point, because now this Justin dude, he finna get all the charges hit on him. And remember, they're purposely going to catch this Justin guy so that you could stop worrying about the two dudes that ran out the back door. And that you could stop worrying about Maurice. See, now the cookie shop is going to come back out and start talking again, because they finally got somebody that can take the heat off of them. They're going to come out and say, see, we told y'all it's this Justin Johnson dude, it's not us, da-da-da. But they've been awfully quiet the last couple weeks after 007 came out. Yep. After people started coming out and the witnesses you listen to the words and you start thinking like, hey, this cookie shop actually has something to do with it. They're not no innocent people no more. Heck no. We can't give them no benefit of the doubt like that. Now they're going to come out and start talking again, talking they smacks. Raven going to come out and drop a brand new interview on her favorite blogger, Skull. This dude going to come out and interview her. You see how ever since Raven did that interview, the blogger that she did it with, whoever he is, he's just been gassing him up. He's been on Makita's side. And then when his own followers tell him, hey, the cookie shop has something to do with it, the cookie shop has something to do with it, he denying them. It's the same people when they told him one thing, he was, yup, agreeing with it. And then now he denying it. He there to protect Makita's. They obviously had paid him something. You don't just be a blogger 1 minute talking about they could be the suspects, and then all of a sudden you, without any evidence at all, you change your mind just because somebody got paid for the interview. So basically, they gonna come out and start talking again and covering them their own name up, and they're gonna start blaming Justin, this person, and they're gonna say they never involved with Justin Johnson. They're gonna say he never got their cookies. They're gonna say Justin Johnson don't work at Makita's Cookies at all, and they're gonna say all this stuff, and they're gonna tell everybody to leave him alone. They might come back on their favorite blogger, the one who they went on last time, and have him try to say that just because they think one out of all 7-8 people, they got one person that they think they know could be involved, that doesn't mean the case is over with. This isn't over with just because they think they know one of the guys and they haven't even caught him yet. That means it's nowhere near close. It's just getting started. And they could be wrong about this Justin Johnson guy. I don't know how they were able to figure out this was the person, but it was definitely from someone that told. Now, if people are starting to tell, then they need to tell what Makita's cookie shop did. All them people in there that played a part in it. Now, we know it's still yet to this day, they have not gave anything that makes any type of sense about why Raven said the stay with me, Dolph, stay with me, Dolph. That is still a huge mystery, and she tried to come out and say it was somebody else. Okay. And then the person at the counter, can they recognize Justin Johnson? Did they see him running up? Would they be able to say, hey, this could look like the person? Like, if they did a lineup, would the person who's seen the dudes running? Because remember, Raven said that she seen, I think it was either Raven or her brother said that the person at the register actually seen the people in the white Benz running up, and they took off running and didn't say nothing to Dolph to warn him. If Dolph was even in the front lobby at that time. So that's their words. So can that person at the front register, if they put Justin Johnson in a lineup of suspects, will that register person be able to pick out Justin Johnson from the crowd accurately without seeing them? They could tell them to all put masks on and this and that and put the hat on. But just from her seeing the outline of the dude's body, she'll be able to tell if it's that person. You know how there's certain people who when you ask them if they know somebody's name, they might not know somebody's name, but they tell you that they're more of a face person, or like a visual person, where if they see the person or look at a picture or see them in any way, whether they're standing there, back turned or anything, then they can identify him a lot easier. Okay? And get 007 in too, and ask 007 to try to see if she can identify Justin Johnson as one of the people that she's seen running out the back, because they're not saying whether Justin Johnson was the person in the white Benz or he was the person that ran out the back. They're just saying he's one person that could be involved. And so you don't know if dude's a getaway driver, if he's the one that came out the Benz, or if he came out the back, because apparently they're saying their narrative is that the people in the white Benz was the one that sent the rounds that fatally, did the damage. So by them saying Justin Johnson is a suspect, that's them basically saying that he's one of the people in the white Benz. So now if you take 007 and you have her select out of a group of people that fit the description, she should not pick Justin Johnson, because Justin Johnson is not the person that she saw hopping out the back door of the Makitas and running into the Family Dollar. Unless she actually seen the dudes in the white Benz, then she should, if she did see the people in the white Benz, then she should be able to say, that's this dude, I picked him because he looked familiar, right? He a suspect. But he's not the people that came out the back door. She'll be able to explain that he's the person in the white car, because 007 is the witness who's seen the white car and the dudes in the back, because she was there when the first round shot off, and she says she didn't know where they came from. And then she seen the white car take off and the dude with the dreads take off after them. And then she says she's seen the people jump out the back. So if she got any kind of look at the people in the white Benz, then she can clearly say, hey, this Justin person is the suspect from the white Benz. The people from that jumped out the back of the store are still on the run. Now, if she didn't see the people who got in the white Benz, then you can't use 007 to try to identify Justin Johnson. You can only use the person at the cash register, because they, out of the family's mouth, they already said that the person at the cash register saw the two dudes running out the Benz with straps, and then they took off into the back kitchen. She ran, the register person ran away, but never told anybody in the store that to run some. Look, now that we got the interview out that says Maurice's car was parked in front of the window that everybody been looking at, that's where Maurice's car was parked at first, okay? So there was a lady, the interview lady, she was having a cigarette outside. She was having a cig right outside the Family Dollar at the corner. And then all of a sudden she got a phone call from her son, and then boom, she hear ba 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 ba, right? So she hears one go off first. She starts ducking down because she didn't know where it was coming from. That's a sign that it happened inside the cookie store, okay? And then she was ducking down, and then she heard a second round going, a second set of rounds going off. And then that's when she looked, and she seen the dudes running into the white car and everything like that, right? And then basically, as they start going up the street, she sees the dreadhead guy running, the skinny dreadhead guy that was, everybody considered him to be security or whatever. She seen him go out, and she sees him fire, and she could actually see the flash coming out the muzzle and everything like that, right? And then as that's going on, there's two possibly three people that ran out the back of Makita's Cookies and into the back of Family Dollar. They went around the corner for it. That's Maurice. That's two other dudes. Those two other dudes, there was a Tahoe waiting for him. The Tahoe that everybody has seen at the gas station. That Tahoe was also seen in the back of footage that was going on with one of the first responders that came out filming. You could see the Tahoe all the way across the other side of the Family Dollar parking lot on the far end, away from where everything was going on. So she seen those two dudes and she was outside. They came and turned the corner, right? And then they go into the store. So she goes into the store and it's all on film. So she got blonde hair. You're going to be able to see the people going in before her. So she goes in and they get in line behind her friend that's already checking out. So she gets in line behind them. And then they walk up front out of line past the register trying to act like they already been checked out and they're just waiting for things to calm down. So then that's when everybody already realized when they turned the corner, Shorty had already seen that they had straps. And one of them was wearing a wife beater and she could see, and the other one had a shirt that was unbuttoned open, short sleeved unbuttoned shirt open or whatever. She could see they had the strap. And basically they were acting like they didn't know whether they wanted to go outside or stay back in the Family Dollar. They were really contemplating what was going on. And Maurice had already changed clothes and he pops out to the sidewalk. And then the two dudes exit the Family Dollar and they head the other way towards that Tahoe. And they get in the Tahoe and leave. Now, whole time, since Maurice's car was parked in front of the window, like at first, he goes to his car and moves it. This is the 15 minutes that happened before the boy showed up. He moves his car. And that's how, if there was those holes in his car, it makes a lot of sense because of the way he was parked. So basically, the witness also said that there was time in between the first pops she heard and the second set of pops she heard. And the second set of pops were the faster ones. But the first set was just one or two max. So the first set happened inside the store. Then they must have had moved Dolph to the front and then told the dudes to go ahead and take the front out too. So either that or Dolph was in that hallway by that door and they opened up on him letting it off. And he must have tried to run out that hallway and they got him there. And as soon as they, he gets out that door, and then that's when he gets out in that lobby and then there's a second set of people. And so it's just interesting that she said that the first set that went off, she was looking around and nobody knew where it was coming from. Her and everybody else was looking around. And she was outside having a cig right there next to it, basically. And so those two dudes that went into the Tahoe and they had straps and everything like that, they were acting real suspicious, real sketchy, and they were seen coming out the back of the cookie store into Family Dollar, trying to act like they were blending in with everybody else. They went in there and never bought nothing. Duh. So it's some crazy stuff, man. This interview is key in it, and y'all gonna hear it. Just look up paperwork. So the reason JoJo Splat and CEO Bobby and them even got those PRE chains is because they said themselves when they went live on that video that they snatched it from the big one. So the big one meaning like a big or like husky paper route artist, right? So they snatched his chain and it looked like they got two of them. And they go on Instagram live and they flexing their chains. And there's another video where they also flexing the blickies and the sticks. And when you look at those blickies and sticks, it's the same type of ones that you see in that one picture that they show you of the two dudes running out that white Benz. So they got the same blickies on the Instagram live as what we're seeing in the photo. So that's one thing that actually puts them tied right in. And if they snatching paper route chains, then there clearly got to be with CMG, because it's basically two sides in Memphis. And if you snatching paper route chains, then you must be a CMG person, because in order for you to be in the chain snatching game, like, first of all, the only type of people doing that right now are like street dudes who do that to rappers that got chains. Because a regular street dude probably wearing fake jewelry anyways. If they got in a real jewelry, they obviously not smart enough to move how they should move. But that means they gotta be some CMG guys, due to the fact that they over here trying to rap and they're snatching PRE chains. So who is the opposition of PRE rappers that would snatch their chain? It would be CMG rappers or CMG affiliated street dudes. So I'm just trying to connect the dots together, but obviously everybody's already obviously pointed the fingers at JoJo Splat and CEO Bobby anyway. So but they haven't been talked about that much ever since the news broke out of the two other dudes that ran out the back of the cookie shop. And I don't know why people misunderstand this. When we are talking about two dudes going out the back of the Makita shop and everything and hopping in that Tahoe or whatever, that dark one, that we're not saying that the people in the white Benz never happened. We're trying to say that there are more people than the ones that were in the white Benz. There was also another set of two dudes that were hopping out the back and got in that Tahoe. And we have two witnesses. The first witness is the one that went missing. She said she seen two cars, and one car was the white car and the other was all blacked out and it was full of ninjas. So now pay attention. Everybody was thinking that the light colored Tahoe from the gas station, they think that that's the same Tahoe that picked up the dudes that ran out the back of the cookie shop. That's not true. The Tahoe from the gas station is a different car than the Tahoe or other truck that was at the Family Dollar that picked them back up. The one that the witness saw that said it was all black full of dudes, that's a different car. The people in the Tahoe that's at the gas station could have been the people that were just following him and were supposed to record. But the dudes in the all black Tahoe, they actually were actual hitters with the getaway drivers in it. And speaking of getaway driver, like that white car, they're saying that the two dudes that ran out of the white car, one of them came out the back seat because one dude was already at the window aiming his stuff low, and the other guy was still running and he was by the car still. If he's by the car still and one dude is already almost up at the window, then he must have got out the back, and that's why he was delayed.